Okay, time for a new video. Welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. This is yet another Eurovision 2025 related video here on my channel, and another sort of reaction video as well, because right now I am about to listen for the first time to snippets of all of the songs in contention for Slovenia with regards to the upcoming edition of the ESC, which as we all know will take place this May in Basel, Switzerland. As always, you're welcome to let me know your thoughts on anything I discuss in today's video by leaving a comment down below, and as always there are links in the description to my other social media pages. Check them out if you so wish. So I have some information in front of me to make sure I don't forget anything too important. EMA 2025 will take place on February the 1st in the Slovenian capital. It is just the one show, and this is the first time Slovenia are having a national final since 2022. There was a submission period open towards the end of last year. 114 entries were submitted to the broadcaster, and then they were judged by an expert committee, and the 12 lucky contestants were announced on December the 13th. But only now have the songs been released. They are all available in full online. I will be checking them out in full in my own time, as is the way with this format of video on my channel. I will just be reacting to snippets, looking for that immediacy straight away, and giving you my absolute first thoughts on what I am hearing. As for the lineup, we've known it for a while. It consists of Anna with Ciao, Astrid and the Scandals with Touche, Eva Pavli with Niti, Jon Vitezic with Vseti Dam, July Jones, perhaps the one to beat, she's tried before, with New Religion, Kiki with UU, Clemen with How Much Time Do We Have Left, Polar Ace with Kind, Ray or Rai with Fredrikstead, I think that's going to be a rock song, Trina with Grace, Jan Videc with Pusti da Gori, and Sven with Divya. Apologies for any mispronunciations there. I am expecting this to be a two-horse race between July Jones and Clemen. July is 26 years of age. She was in EMA 2022 with Girls Can Do Anything. She's studied jazz in California. She's lived in London. And I think a lot of people are very excited about what she might be bringing to the table this time around, including myself. I like her. I like her look and aesthetic. But I wasn't a huge fan of her previous effort. Clemen is probably her nearest challenger for victory. I know he's a big star in Slovenia. He's 39. He is employed at the Ljubljana Slovene National Theatre Drama. Singer, actor, he's done a lot of parodies. He's hosted EMA in the past, 2011, 2012 and 2016. There is a video of him online doing a performance of all of the Slovenian Eurovision entries up to that point in time, a medley of them, which is pretty cool. And yeah, he's done impressions of pretty much everybody you can think of. Based on name alone, as I just said, I am expecting him to be a challenger here. I did do a bit of research on some of the other names. Astrid has tried to represent Slovenia before as well. I think that was maybe 2022 or 2021, or even before that. I don't really remember. It doesn't really matter. We also have the running order for this show. I can't really remember it, but I know that Clemen is performing, and then July is on straight afterwards, which is quite interesting. It says there will be 2 rounds of voting, and I've read this previously, and I'm not really a fan of it, because in the first round, it's all jury voting. 5 thematic jury panels, each consisting of 5 members. They'll dish out points. The panels will be music performers, songwriters and producers, radio and TV personalities, members of OGAE or OJ Slovenia, and international Eurovision influencers and journalists. Then, once the top 2 have been decided upon, that's when the public have their say. So it's entirely possible the public's favourite won't even make the top 2 in the first round of voting. That's the way it appears here. I think that is a really crappy voting system, and I'm not really a fan at all. I've not seen any comments really at all. These songs were only released in full a short time ago. I am expecting July Jones to win this, but that is really just based on what I know about her as a musician and the excitement that is building around her participation in EMA. Slovenia debuted way back in the early 90s. They've never won. If we take a look at their form over the past decade, I'm going to have to trawl back through the vault of Eurovision stuff in my memory now, but in 2015 we had Maria, and that was a bit of a fan favourite. Opened the final in Vienna, finished mid-table. 2016 didn't qualify with Manuela and Blue and Red, which was a little bit Taylor Swift style. I liked it. the bloke swinging about on the pole, if I remember correctly. Didn't go through. In 2017, we had Omar Naber with On My Way, which I really didn't mind, even though it was very bland and ultimately a bit cheesy, and there wasn't really any staging to speak of. But I really didn't mind it, and I thought he sang it well. He definitely wasn't expected to qualify, and that's exactly what came to pass. In 2018, we had Leia Sirk with Falanay, which I'm surprised qualified. There was that awkward pause part-way through. Fairly lively, but not really my thing. The result was not a surprise at all. In Tel Aviv, we had Jacques Rauge and Gasper Chantel with Sebi. Really nice, really stripped back, a real breath of fresh air. The guy awkwardly looking at her for 3 minutes, not really sure what he was there for. But on the whole, a pretty good job and a fairly decent result. In 2020, we had somebody. I'm going to have to check this. My memory's clearly not what it used to be. 2020, we had Anna Schoklich, of course, with Voda. Well, with all due respect, that is a fairly forgettable ballad. And then she came back in 2021 with Amen, which was a bit stronger, but not expected to do that well at the time, so it came to be. In 2022, we had LPS with Disco. The voting was all over the place in the Slovenian selection that year. But then again, the voting has been all over the place in EMA many times in the past, if you take a look at it. There's a lot of differences of opinion between the juries and the public. But anyway, LPS, an all-male group, I believe. There they were in Turin. And yeah, they were just really lacking support, last in the first semi-final. In 2023, we had Joker Out with Carpe Diem. I thought this was a really good performance, pretty solid indie rock type number. 21st place in the final was a bit disappointing, but certainly a very credible effort. And then last year we had Raven with Veronica. Pretty good, quite dramatic, didn't mind the staging. She was wearing a somewhat revealing outfit. She had dancers with her. Great vocals, but just lacking that little extra oomph to make it truly stand out from the field, I guess. So let's see what Slovenia have in store for 2025. I've not seen a thing, I've not heard a thing. What I'm watching won't be in the bottom corner of the video you're watching, that's the way it usually is. I shall also make a note of any names that excite me. I absolutely do not believe, as I talk to you now, it is January the 25th, I do not believe whatsoever that we have heard this year's Eurovision winner. Absolutely not. I think it's going to come from an internal selection. I think the national finals quality in general thus far has been somewhat disappointing. Some fine songs, but nothing that's making me go, hello, that could be a Eurovision winner. At least not yet. Here we go. Slovenia, deliver. Quality and diversity, please. July Jones. Okay, I'm not sure these snippets will really do these songs justice. I understand that. I will listen to them in full in my own time. Okay. This seems to me like it's going to be a somewhat straightforward pop song with some dancing. I'm not sure about the vocals here. I feel as though they've been tweaked with somehow. But anyway, this feels like a sort of mid-2000s Britney Spears type track, almost. Okay, not bad, not bad. It'll be interesting to see if that's the one that's really striking me the most here. Next up is John. Okay, this is something I always say on my channel, but this song feels as though it's got quite a bit of momentum to it. His vocals here, I'm not going to be too harsh whatsoever about any of these singers. I'm not a professional musician. But it's a little bit hard to really decipher what he's singing. I know this is in Slovene, but it feels like it's all slushing together a little bit. Quite echoey. That's what it is. It's because it's quite echoey. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Next up is Astrid. Okay, seems a little bit repetitive and maybe a touch flamboyant. I don't think so. Next up is Clemen, who is dressed like Nemo here for some reason. Okay, that sounds pleasant enough. I was actually expecting it to be a full-on joke entry for some reason. I immediately believe that wouldn't be terribly competitive at Eurovision, so I'm not sure it's the right choice, but I can see that doing incredibly well. A sort of throwback Boyzone Westlife type sound, almost. Next up is Kiki. Sounds like it should be in contention for France, in all honesty. Okay, not sure that's going to be my cup of tea, but we'll wait and see. Next up is Polar Ace. Again, this feels perfectly fine, but also a tad basic. Gotta be honest, I feel like that could be from any national final. Next up is Grace by Trina. Oh, that's not too bad at all. I'll be listening to that one in full shortly. Not sure it's the strongest one here, but I'm liking the sound of it. There's a promising element to it. Might build up nicely, I don't know. Next up is Jeanne. Okay, a little bit more of a rock number here. Needs more grit. Come on. Okay, I think that might just meander along, to be honest with you. I'm already getting that feeling. Next up is Sven. Okay, that sounds somewhat mystical, otherworldly somehow. Okay, I think a lot of Eurovision fans might be vibing with that one. Certainly seems to be quite different from anything else here. Next up is Anna. Okay, easy to go along with refrain, which is no bad thing. Seems as though it's a bit of a sassy pop song, really. Okay, next up is Frederick's Dead. Okay, this definitely has a touch of the theatre and circus about it almost. It feels as though... Oh yeah, it sounds very sort of circus-esque. That's the best way I can put it. It's the instrumentation, really. Gather round, everybody. We're going to put on a show, but sadly, Frederick's dead. I mean, that's very different. Oh, hello. Next up is Ava. Okay, this has classical elements, I suppose. Vocally. But also, based on this snippet, it's not going to be fully that way. Okay. Oh boy. I wouldn't say that's a terribly strong batch, actually. I've only written down one name, but I'll write down a few more. I suppose July Jones did stand out. Clemen, yeah, he's going to do very well, I think. Trina, who I've written down. That might be about it, in all honesty. Let's take a look at the comments. July Jones is so iconic. Visetti Dam for the win. That was the song by John. Oh, yeah. I mean, I know that I sort of said that I couldn't really work out what he was singing, but that's just because it feels as though there's a little bit of reverberation, a little bit of echo going on. This doesn't sound bad at all, yeah. Okay, fair enough. Another disappointing selection. I cannot do it this year. No final for Slovenia this year. Well, let me take a look here. Why not do this while I'm here? July Jones. Here we go. I'm on the RTV SLO website. Okay. Starts off slow. And then it has this thumping first chorus. Little bit whispery in the second verse. Okay. Second chorus. I'm skipping through this quite quickly, but second chorus, immediately I would say it needs to have more oomph to it. Absolutely. Okay. Oh, okay. It's not bad, based on just skipping through it very, very quickly there. But I would say the chorus is actually a tad of a letdown. It needs... Well, it doesn't feel here as though it actually builds up to much. But it's quite polished and fairly well produced, I guess. And she looks great. Yeah, okay, this is a really messy video. I really do apologise. I'm going to shut up now. I don't think it's terribly strong. I think it's still going to be between July and Clemen, but perhaps... let me just have a look here. Yeah, perhaps John Vitezic could do all right. And that song, Frederick's Dead, I wonder what people will make of that one. Anyway, let me know what you think. Apologies for rambling. Until next time, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and bye for now.